In this episode, we're talking about the marketing and value addition to camel milk. So what I would say first of all is really before you enter the business, make sure you really know what your customers require, what is the market like, what is the demand, what sort of products do people want? Is it the fresh milk? Is it the pasteurized and processed milk? And what are the consumer preferences and how much are they likely to be able to afford and pay for the milk, and how much will they be buying on a daily or weekly basis? You need to look at where are your consumers? Are they in the cities? Are they nearby? They're more likely to be further away. And then the costs of getting your milk to that market. You need to look at where can you keep your herd, which is a good balance between the good grazing areas and where the demand for your milk will be. Because transportation of milk is expensive because it's a perishable product. Also find out who else is selling milk. Who's your competition? And again, what are your overhead costs going to be? What licenses do you need? What taxes have to be paid? And what laws do you have to follow? And also the factor of goodwill. If you want to get the prime marketing place for your restaurant or your milk bar, you may have to pay an extra fee just to get that good location. So look at those factors before you really jump into the milk business. When we look at value addition, we're trying to add value to your basic raw milk. And there are several ways of doing this. One of the ways is to either process and pasteurize that milk and bottle it and sell it in the supermarkets and in shops at a higher value. Another way is to make yogurts, flavored or natural yogurts, which are increasingly popular, particularly with the younger generation. And again, those need a special culture in order to make sure you get the same quality and the same hygiene levels. And running alongside the yogurts is the natural products such as susa or the sour milk, naturally fermented milk. Now with the naturally fermented milk, it's not adding value, but it's saving you from throwing that milk away, because most of the sour milk is sold at a lower price or a similar price to the fresh milk. But it saves you having to throw away any milk that might have soured or be going off. There have also been products such as kefir, which is very similar to yogurts, but a different starter culture. And again, different communities have different preferences for these different products. So even kefir may well have a future. I haven't seen it on the shelves yet, but it is occasionally available and can be made out of camel's milk. There's also ice cream, which the advantage of the ice creams is the camel fat and milk fat has a higher melting point than the cow's milk ice creams. So that means on a hot day, your ice cream is not likely to melt as quickly. Beyond the food products, you can also make soaps and lotions. I'm currently making a lot of soap, particularly out of the camel milk, and you can make it out of different oils. It's a process where you have to create something called lye, which is a chemical which is quite corrosive. So before you start making soaps, really learn and make sure you know the safety precautions required. The whole soap making process is called saponification, and it requires about 30 days from the day of making before you start selling that product for that chemical reaction to complete. So look on the internet, there will be recipes on the internet if you want to start making soap. So the oils that we're using all come from Kenya. We're using coconut oil from Lamu. We're also using canola oil and macadamia nut oil, and occasionally small quantities of sunflower oil. Once the process is complete, then we're wrapping and selling the soap under the brand name Zenobia. Zenobia is an ancient princess who was supposed to be very, very beautiful and was renowned for bathing in camel's milk. So these bar soaps I actually use not only for washing in the shower or in the bath, but I also use them as a shampoo and even as a shaving soap. So the soap itself is very oily, very moisturizing, and people believe that it has a good effect for people suffering from skin conditions such as eczema and psoriasis. In addition to the milk products, you have the meat, which you can turn into nyiri nyiri, a long-lasting product, which is deep-fried meat, which doesn't need refrigeration. There's also the biltong and, of course, the different cuts of fresh meat. So that also adds income to your herd over and above the milk. The hides often don't find much value, but there's no reason why not. They produce good quality leather. It's just a matter of that leather industry being developed and the private sector looking into those market opportunities for good quality camel hides. Bones and teeth can be turned into buttons and jewelry and other artifacts. So not everything is wasted. Even these small things can add value. And then finally, the potential for tourism, largely being ecotourism, walking, customers wanting to walk through the bush, experience the natural culture and meeting the local people, as well as walking amongst the wildlife and the scenic beauty of Kenya. So using camels as entertainment at children's parties or on high days, holidays, etc., for letting children and other interested people learn about the camels, maybe sit on the camel and go for a short ride. So those are all additional ways of adding income or adding value, not only to your milk, but your herd in general. I wish you luck.
By fermenting camel milk, that is putting on a clean container. You milk camel, you sieve your milk, make sure it is clean, put in a clean container, and then you leave it naturally to become fermented naturally. So that's a traditional way of value addition. So it's called susa in Somali or mala. Mala is mostly in the Maasai language. So it is you can use it and it can stay for, even you can use it for 1 week without becoming too sour. So it's a sour milk. So after fermenting it, it becomes thicker. Actually, it has a water layer. On here you see the thick part. So you can either take out water or you shake and it become more thicker, and then you drink it. You can add sugar if you like, or you can drink it like that. It is not too sour. It is so delicious, and actually it is more delicious when you use it with ugali. I like it myself. So you shake like that. Then already shaked. So it is susa. Malim, Haji, Masiwa, susa. Karibu susa. Dio. There's another way of preserving milk, which is called milk, condensed milk. You make condensed milk. And what we do, you bring your milk, clean milk right from the camels, you put in a container, you transport it, come and light fire, and what you do, you have a cup like this, and in every 4 cups of milk, you mix with 1 cup of sugar. That is the ratio. That is the normal ratio. Like for every 4 cups of milk, you mix with 1 cup of sugar. So we have our milk here. This milk is fresh from camels. It's already sieved. Mohammed is helping me. You fill the cup. Yes. this, you have a clean sufuria, put one. You don't put on fire first, and then this is this is 2 cups. 2 cups. 2 cups. 3 cups. Clean milk. You make sure your milk is clean. Our milk is quite clean. And then 4 cups. So today we are going to make only 4 cups. And then you take your sugar, put in a cup like this until it is full, and then you pour it in the milk. You mix it with milk. You take a spoon, you make sure you mix thoroughly until all sugar is dissolved, and then you put on fire. You put on fire. Now you have to keep on, mixing. So you keep on mixing, because milk comes up, so you protect it from boiling. Then you can see the color changed to brownish, and it became thicker. You can see this. Our condensed milk is ready now. You can see it is now thicker. Yeah. Come with your clean container, like this one, dry clean container. Like you can actually you have to be careful, because children can eat this, and they can eat a lot, because it is so sweet and delicious. Tamu. This is our camel condensed milk that we prepared yesterday. Now we want to make tea out of it. Usually 1 spoonful is enough for 1 cup. But depend on how sweet you want to. Another cup. Like I said, you don't have to add milk or sugar. You mix it, keep on mixing. Tea. Maha.
Tukunya.
Shai.
Shai ko tayari.
Shai ko tayari.
Tukunya.
Who want to taste first?
I like it. It reminds me a bit of a caramely flavor, and it's very smooth, but it's not too sweet. It's not terribly sweet. It goes really nicely with the tea. So it's good. I'm a fan.